Boop. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, August the 4th, 2021. Today's daily Bible readings come to us from Psalm 50, 16 through 23, 2 Samuel 13, 20 through 36, and then Mark 8, 1 through 10. Or you could have read Psalm 107, 1 through 3, 33 through 43, and Isaiah 55, 1 through 9, ending again with Mark 8, 1 through 10. I'm going to look at 2 Samuel 13 and talk about some bad advice that Absalom gave his sister Tamar. So the semi-continuous texts for this week follow the story of David's children, Amnon, Tamar, and Absalom. So David had a lot of kids, but he had them, from different wives. So you have Amnon and then Tamar, and their brother and sister, because David's their dad, but their half brother and sister. And you know how royal families have the reputation for, kind of weird relationships. Well, Amnon really liked his sister Tamar. And so he contrives, with the help of a cousin of his, the son of one of David's brothers, this plan to lure Tamar to his room and take advantage of her. And that was the story that was in yesterday's text, one of the other texts that I didn't cover. So you can go back and do that. Now, one of the reasons I did that is because I know the story goes throughout this week. So that's the story so far. Amnon has taken advantage of his sister Tamar and has raped her, and then just is disgusted by her because it was her fault, even though she said no, and casts her out. And this is where the story picks up today. Her brother Absalom finds his sister Tamar and can see how distraught she is. Of course, she was covered herself in ashes and had taken her robes that signified her status in the household, had torn them. And Absalom gives his sister advice. He basically tells her to be quiet. And he says, just be quiet for now, my sister, because he's your brother. Gives her this bad advice to just be quiet. He silences the victim. And he doesn't allow her to speak. He doesn't allow her a voice, right? Because part of the reason she's doing this is to draw attention to the fact, this was the way to cover yourself in sackcloth and ashes, was the way to draw attention to the fact that a horrible thing had been done to you, that you were grieving for something that had been taken away from you. And that's what she was doing. He silences that voice. He takes her ability to call for justice in the situation away from her. And even her father, when he eventually finds out what went on, it says he won't punish his son Amnon. So the victim is left to just, twist in the wind. And the actual person who did all this is not held accountable. So Absalom, the story goes on for here, and this is the story you can follow all the way into Sunday's text. Absalom seeks vengeance on his own. He does the king's job. He does what his dad should have done. But at the same time, he steals his sister's voice. It's a troubling text. I'm not going to hide away from that. So anyway, you can read out the rest of the story for this week. That's the DBR for today. We'll be back tomorrow with another DBR. Get out, enjoy the day, and we'll talk to you later. Boop.